A long story short, around my 25th birthday, I had an absolutely, undeniably miraculous dream where the Lord spoke to me unequivocally, clearly, which absolutely overnight changed my life. The reason I knew the dream was from God was because it wouldn't have made sense to anyone but me. It was like tailor-made for me and my life. It was tailor-made to blow my mind. And here's the dream. I'm standing on a frozen lake, Candlewood Lake in Danbury, Connecticut. So this is the lake I have fished on. I was on a bass tournament on Candlewood Lake. You know, it's where we grew up. And in the dream, it's a glorious winter's day. So super bright blue sky, super bright sun, the snow and the ice super white and, you know, like really beautiful. And I'm ice fishing on the lake. And so there's a hole, you know, drilled in the ice. And I look into the hole, and sticking out of the hole is like the snout of a fish, like a pickerel or a pike, which of course never happens in a million years if you're ice fishing. And I look down into the hole and I see this fish sticking its snout out of the hole. And I think, well, what's this? So I go down and I, you know, pick it up by its gill and hold it up into the very bright sunlight. And because it was a pickerel or a pike, it has this kind of bronze coloring. But in the dream, it was utterly golden. And shining in the bright sunlight, it looked absolutely golden. And then I realized in the dream, it is a golden fish, like a fairy tale, because I'm looking at it in the dream. It's alive. It is made of gold. And I knew in the dream, within a second, it just kind of fell into my head that God has just one-upped me with my own symbol system. I mean, it was instantly life-changing, instantly life-changing. The next day.
How did your life change practically?
Well, the most clear thing that happened practically was that I had for 3 years been in a relationship with a young woman, and for most of the time we'd been sleeping together. It was the only person I'd ever slept with in my life. I knew instantly I can no longer do that. And I told her, and I've accepted Jesus, and I can't do that anymore. And so instantly stopped that. We used to live in a culture, in America I'm saying, where everyone knew sex outside of marriage was wrong. It didn't mean that no one did it, but everybody knew, it's probably wrong.
How did she respond?
I don't think she responded well. She was not really where I was. She tried to kind of come along. I felt
Was it the sort of thing where you said, we can be together, but we can't?
Oh, for sure.
Together.
No. And in fact, I thought not long after that, like, okay, then, you know, I guess now we have to, you know, get married. And I proposed, and by God's grace, we did not get married. It would not have worked.
What is your hot take on aliens? And do you think our obsession with aliens is a sort of religionless culture's grasping at something transcendent?
Well, I think it's a demonic deception. I think.
What is a demonic?
Well, here's the nutshell version. If you read my book, you see that this cavalier idea that, oh, there's probably other life in the universe. It's like, no, there probably isn't. That assumes Darwinism, which ought to be mocked. In other words, that is not just wrong. It is a level of ridiculousness that it makes anything else look sensible. It is completely ridiculous. Now, if there is, God created it just as he created us, because there's no other way for it to exist. So I would guess, it's an educated guess, that it's a demonic deception, that these are intelligent beings that are not, they're probably demonic. That's, the people that I respect who've looked into this, most of them say they think what that is a satanic deception. But no, these are not aliens from another galaxy. These are, interdimensional beings, which is to say that they are beings that are not of of this dimension, and they're not people. What are they?